I'm running. Okay, Lauren, thanks for taking the time to share experiences of the Soul Contract Level 3 support program. How was your expression of the work before you came on it? How are you doing with it?
It was good. It's really interesting because, obviously the program's going to be geared towards the students and their needs, like of that specific group. And, reflecting on it, I think all of us who were in it, there was only four of us, and we were much more needing like life advice and like the business advice. So we didn't bring as many case studies as maybe other groups will if they're actually in a position where they're working with clients. So a lot of the times, like we might use it for our own, okay, let me actually look at this service name or that name, but not a lot of product or clients' names that we brought in. But it's interesting. It's almost like it was a precursor to then you kind of creating the manifesting your business course, because that wasn't even in creation when I would have started that level 3 support. And then you kind of had the download during the time that we were in it. And then it was in one of those meetings that you said to me, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this new workshop. I think you should come do it. And I did, and that worked out. And so, yeah, for myself and the other people in that group, like we were getting a lot more support of, okay, how do I actually do this as a business? What steps should I take? What should I do here? So it was interesting that that was kind of what we were needing and what we focused on more. But yeah, even for the work itself, I do think that it clarified some points because it would come up and it's like, okay, I think during training you said this, and you're like, okay, well, let me clarify because actually, here's another example that shows that it can kind of be both. So yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel? It's a few weeks since we finished the about 5 6 month support program. How are you feeling now in terms of your confidence and getting out there? Because this is your specialty, doing business names.
Yes. Yeah. It's good. And it definitely feels like at first it kind of would have felt weird of like, okay, I'm so used to having these check-ins. So it's like, okay, now I have a question. And so then it got me to kind of lean out or reach out to like other practitioners that I know to be like, okay, wait, I had this question come up. And that wouldn't usually be as much on the business name so much as some of the other work I would do as part of that, like the name optimization part, and be like, hey, I want to make sure that I'm not just doing what I think. I kind of want to talk to someone else, and you have more experience than me. And so that was really good. So it's been great being able to connect to more people, from the community of readers, of practitioners, I should say. But yeah, no, I feel definitely like though some of those clarifications that we got during the program have been so helpful in terms of like, where is it okay to put in a 12-3? And I'm thinking about the training we just assisted on. We were actually able to kind of make that clarification during the training itself, because it sort of showed maybe for my cohort, okay, that hadn't come out clear. Let's clarify that now during the training. So it'll be interesting to see for them what is left to maybe be clarified and what will kind of that question that that will arise, if you will, for them.
Okay. So you're already getting into the nitty gritty of
Yeah.
being at the coalface, working with clients and trying to work out, well, what actually are you going to say in this situation? Okay.
Yes.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that in terms of what you're taking away from the overall process? Because you can think of the actual live training is like part one, and then the part two is the support program, which actually turns that into a grounded reality. It actually brings the rubber to the road, really, so you can actually make it happen with clients in the marketplace.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, what was so good is that, I'm someone that on my journey, there's kind of been like working in spurts and breaks. And so sometimes like I'd be in this moment of, I'm like, I don't have that creative, or I don't know which way I'm going. I'm kind of feeling a little bit lost. And sometimes I'd be like, you know what, just wait, take a breath, just chill out, because you're going to have that next support call is 2 weeks from now, and bring up whatever's going on. And like every time that really would, usually for you being able to be like, okay, like for my sixes, right? It's like, you're trying to do so much. Here's where I think you should focus. And then that would always be so helpful. And then I could take all of that kind of energy and momentum that I'd felt building up. I just didn't know where to direct it. And I was like, okay, cool, great. Now I know to go and make these YouTube videos or do this. So that was so helpful for me to kind of pace myself and get clarity and not end up too stuck.
Yeah, sounds good. The main thing is it sounds like you managed to move forward, because starting to get this sort of work out there is one step at a time. Taking some action is better than no action, even though imperfect action. But you learn a lot from taking the action in terms of the feedback, I think, don't you? So
yeah, and just oh my goodness, so much trying to kind of practice being kind to myself, and the 12 threes that are trying to rush, but then the 10 ones that are being critical, and all of that kind of comes in, and you recognize it coming up and you address it. So there's even a lot of your own working through your own numbers kind of comes out essentially, which is great, right? That's what we're here to do.
it's part of the process. Our internal journey is reflected to us in the mirror of our business, our spiritual entrepreneur business, in delivering our gifts of service. So yeah, this is how we get the feedback from the universe and learn what to work on.
Yep. Lots of that.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that, Lauren. Thanks for sharing. Hopefully some people see the value in this, and so they can get their spiritual entrepreneurship up and running and their business running to reach a lot of people. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.